Good evening, everyone. I'm Marco Grill, and I lead the enterprise sales team at Airwallex, based out of Sydney. As many of you know, Airwallex was born in Melbourne, and we've now grown to over 1,400 employees around the world, helping businesses like Qantas, Culture Kings, and Canva, and many more collect, manage, and spend their funds wherever they operate. We're proud to sponsor this category tonight because none of us would be here without the supporting businesses that back fintechs like us. So let's meet tonight's finalists.
We're an equity crowdfunding platform. We simplify fundraising for forward-thinking businesses. We're licensed to host offers under Australia's crowdsourced funding regime, which is still a relatively new form of fundraising in Australia, but a very popular way, particularly for early-stage businesses overseas to raise capital. So it's great Australia's got something similar now. Since 2018, we've helped over 200 businesses raise capital, raising over $150 million through the platform, many of them fintechs. So super excited to continue to power the industry with capital formation.
We're a law firm, but we're not just any law firm. We're Australia's fastest growing law firm at the moment. And in 5 years, we've transformed legal counsel using an innovative business model and cutting edge tech. So we're aiming to foster personal growth and professional excellence, and we empower our team to become trusted advisors in order to achieve that. And then we couple that with our leadership, particularly in financial services, which helps us to deliver value to our clients and the community. So our goal, in a nutshell, is to continually exceed expectations by creating a vibrant environment where our people thrive and our clients receive exceptional service.
Daniel Gates is a global law firm, and we've got deep fintech sector experience across regulatory issues, capital raising, and sort of everything in between. But my favorite part of the day is working with fintech founders, helping them navigate the complexities of the regulatory landscape and coming up with practical solutions.
So Kingwood Mallesons is the largest law firm focused on the Asia Pacific region. We're a full service corporate law firm focused on corporate transactions, disputes, and regulatory advice. And we look at large matters. We represented Block taking over Afterpay a couple of years ago, right through to early stage forming startups, doing their seed financing and opening regulatory advice. So yeah, the full range.
LaunchLink is a PR firm that helps high-growth tech companies tell their stories to the world. A huge part of our job is working specifically with fintech companies to break down sometimes large, complex financial products or concepts into really engaging messages that resonate with media, stakeholders, but most importantly, customers. We're Aussie born and bred. However, we do work with a portfolio of global clients who trust us to understand their technology and can really help them grow through strategic communication strategies.
For those of you that don't know, Mambu is a cloud banking platform, and our mission is to basically enable our customers to build great banking experiences that their customers love. So it's so great also to see so many of our customers in the room.
So Upsure is it's a founder-friendly insurance partner to tech startups and scale-ups with a real emphasis on the fintech space. It's an area that we love. We get to deal with an amazing selection of founders, and just have great enthusiasm for what they're doing.
Well, not because I'm biased, but Thriday, I think, are going to have an absolutely unstoppable year next year. They funded on Birchal in 2021. We helped them raise $3 million in 3 days. And now they've got a product in market, really helping businesses get back those precious hours in the day by simplifying their admin and tax reporting. So super impressed by Michael Nucifro and the whole team at Thriday, and looking forward to them doing amazing things.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from, but if I had to sort of pick one, at the moment, I would suggest sort of keeping an eye on, there's a number in this group, but an example is Elevate. So they're a cryptocurrency exchange, but they use a non-custodial model. I think that the non-custodial model for cryptocurrency is potentially going to be a big deal this year and in coming years, and there's two reasons for that. One is things like the FTX collapse and findings that a lot of the assets are being held offshore. So if you have a non-custodial model as a customer, you don't need to worry about where your assets are in the event of bankruptcy. And the second reason that the non-custodial model is really interesting at the moment, I think, is because of the incoming regulation of cryptocurrency. Now, we don't know exactly what that's going to look like right now or when it's going to happen, but I think it's pretty clear at this stage that there's going to be some regulation of custody for cryptocurrency. So for exchanges that are operating a non-custodial model, they're potentially going to be able to avoid those requirements and the quasi-capital that may go with it.
I'd love to think 2023 might be the year of CDR. There's been lots of work getting the rules framework in place and ready. It'd be great to see really compelling use cases develop and emerge this year alongside, really consumer awareness and uptake. So that's my hope for the year.
So
Sure.
I think Zepto is the fintech to watch in 2023. I think payments is just a really interesting space right now. There's so much happening, and they're just doing so well. They're the first non-bank to get access to the real-time payments platform at the end of last year, and just really what they're able to provide to merchants with that. I think they're doing amazing things here. They could be taking that overseas as well. So I think they're the one to watch.
And there's a couple that
Yeah.
come to my mind, but there was one that stood out to me that I came across recently. It's a female-founded fintech called Norgets. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I said that wrong. But from what I can see, it helps retail investors, or it gives them a platform to make it really simple to buy and sell physical gold, which has historically had a pretty difficult space in the market, mostly due to storage limitations. So at a time when gold is hitting all-time price highs, I feel like they've got a really big market opportunity.
Really good question, but so hard for me to play favorites. I'd probably like to call out, I guess, some people that are very close to my heart, and some are in the room as well. Customers like Lumi, who have been such long-term and great supporters, Prosper, Unloan, Wiser. I feel like they are definitely players in their own space that really come to the heart of Mambu's mission, and have their own customers at the end of everything that they want to do and achieve and look after, and make sure that they have really great banking experiences, but also in markets that have probably been a little unloved by others in the past.
So I'm a big supporter of the guys at Patreon and what they're doing. I think the intuitive business they built, what the platform can do, it's just kind of a fix for so many problems. It's an amazing business going from strength to strength. And I suppose one to look out for would be Pi Rewards, just kind of changing the way that loyalty rewards are done in terms of ETF investments as opposed to points at a shop.